Dear Alessia 011422, never mind the trolls, the tramps, the black holes, the garbage voices full of rage wielding their emptiness at your reflections of your universe expanding. Never mind the trolls. Joseph's brothers were jealous of his dream. They sold him into slavery, but he overcame all that to become a king. Life will take you through wayward corridors, but that's where you grow. That's where you learn new skill sets and shake off the cobwebs of your old identity to become refreshed, renewed, and restored, the fullest version of yourself expanding into the expanded version of your becoming. Never mind the trolls. I edited the rest of this blog this morning. I'm finally all caught up, and what I learned in reading through old entries is life is captured in moments that would just fade away. Now, get to take flight in your consciousness and give you an expansion of the life you've lived where memories simply won't allow you to go. I was attacked viciously by trolls the whole way through. Even people I knew spread this blog across the walls of their socials, chastising and ridiculing me. The devil wants you to be silenced, and he will infect other weaker souls with his demonic presence to carry out his will to wound in a tortured world. But I ignored all that and captured our life in words, the value of which will expand over time, and time will move on, and we won't always live in a world run by fear. We won't always be called evil if we question 5 experimental government injections a year without the ability to say no to them for the price of our livelihoods and community. Tyranny will ultimately self-destruct. That's what it does, and the majority will wake up and is waking up. So never mind the trolls. Trolls are simply lost souls funneling their rage this way and that with lives that are bleak and defeated. Pray for them, but don't get in the hole of fear with them. Don't allow them to strangle the expansion of your soul. Never mind a troll. I met with a friend out here yesterday, and he said, "Man, you got this one guy who leaves deranged comments under all your posts. He's a psycho." I said, "Really?" I never look at comments anymore because of all the violence that was in them before, but I plan on revisiting when the world catches a wave of sanity. He said, "This guy is nuts." And even people who disagree with you and they're pro the thing tell him to pipe down. I said, "That's sad. I can't imagine spending energy commenting on someone's post I disagree with, maybe once or twice and respectfully, but other than that, I would just mute or unfollow people I think are wildly off base." He said, "This guy's crazy. He even leaves hateful comments when you just post something with your kid, telling people to have a nice day." "Really?" I said. "That's wild and sad. I guess I should block him, but I can't be bothered. Maybe he needs a punching bag, and so if he wants to have a go at my digital identity, then by all means, it's like the Matrix. I'll never feel a thing." And it sounds like he's so unhinged that he's doing the side he's supposedly on more harm than good anyway. This is all about ignoring the trolls, so let's move on and ignore them. Submerge and never submerge your voice. Never be ashamed of the record of your life, and never be afraid to share it. Zoom out 5 years from now, and these pathways through these tumultuous times you've etched out will be invaluable to revisit and explore, to share with your children in the world, to capture life as it flies through this bizarre humiliation ritual, and to stand in defiance against all that and raise your voice instead of lowering it. There will always be trolls, like flies, like ticks, buzzing around and sucking the blood and the air out of the room. Pay them no mind and fill your voice with lightning and thunder. Let it rain down experience and wonder. Don't be worried when they're talking shite about you. Be worried when they're not. Be worried when you are silenced in a corner full of dread about the thoughts in your head and the torrents of social shame you would incur if you were brave enough to express them. Why? Because life is short. Because life is really, really short. Because each day is a temporary explosion. Each day is an opportunity, and life runs away from those that are afraid to live it, for those that are focused on the trolls. When I read through the last month or so and posted it all up on josepharthur.com, all caught up and feeling good, never to fall behind again. When I did all that, when I read all that, I saw the value. I zoomed out 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when society will know just what this is and acknowledge it in full, just as they do atrocities of the past. How valuable will that resource be then? And even the story of the trolls trying to take it down. They add fuel, they add intrigue. Ironically, they add power, so ignore them. I'm not saying this to brag on my voice or what I've written. I'm saying this to encourage you to expand and explore your own voice, and to realize trolls are sad little clowns to laugh at and feel sorry for, not to fear and allow yourself to be silenced by. Ignore the trolls and raise your voice. Capture your life in the breath of the days which are short, that soon you'll be old with no fire inside, and then you will be gone, and what of your life will have survived?